Hello, hello. Hey. How are you?
How are ya?
Good.
Good.
I'm so excited you're doing this.
Yeah, I was on the phone with one of my ambassadors, said, I gotta go. I gotta do a Zoom.
I know. And my people are like not on yet. I'm like, come on, people, where are you coming? There they're coming.
They're coming.
And in Wyoming, it's only 7 p.m. And so there's different events that they're at. And in Minnesota, it's 8. I just came from a softball game. So
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. My daughter was pitching and she struck them out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Super fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I used to play softball. I loved it.
Did you? Awesome.
Yeah, that was back in the day. It was still soft. It was still slow pitch. They didn't have fast pitch back then.
Right. Yeah.
Now everything's fast pitch.
Yeah. And she's doing it. She's like her dad. She's more cerebral, which is awesome because she doesn't let it get to her when it doesn't go well. And she has that awareness, like first base, third base, and so she did a good job. It was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, it looks like some people are trickling on here, so I know that it's 9 p.m. where you are, Melody, so I don't want to keep you up later than what you need to be. So thank you for doing this with us.
You're welcome.
If you all have not noticed the leaderboard, Melody has been rocking her business. You went, according to your Sapphire thing, so you went from Emerald to Sapphire in only 10 months? Is that what happened?
So I joined June 1st of last year.
Oh.
I shared July 20th, and I went Emerald December 30th, and I went Sapphire April 28th.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I was just going to be impressed by Emerald to Sapphire in 10 months, but oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was
wow. Crazy. Well, we are excited to hear from you.
Yeah.
Give us all the knowledge. So
you can pick my brain. I told my friends the other day I'm going to start charging admission if you'd like to get inside of there, but I don't think you'll last long because it's kind of crazy up inside of there.
Hey, If it gets you to sapphire in 10 months, that's not too crazy. I think it sounds pretty good.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah.
If I would like to help get everybody to diamond, you know, if that, because there are plenty of people out there that still need plexus. So when I hear people say, oh, you've got it saturated. No, that is wrong answer. No, it's not saturated. There, you know, just in our tri-state area where I live in northern Kentucky. So we've got, you know, southeastern Indiana, southwestern Ohio, thousands upon thousands of people, you know. So no, it's not saturated.
Yeah.
So
we say the same thing in Brainerd. I just hit a new market with my girls playing fast pitch softball. And, you know, the other day somebody used my ease cream and she's like, well, it's plexus. I've never heard of that. I'm like, you know, part of me is like, we got several diamonds here. I'm like, do you live under a rock? But, you know, it's like, it's all about who you know. So,
exactly. Well, I'm excited to share with you guys. I hope that, you know, something that I share helps you in your business. You know, I'm just going to share with you based on my past, because I did own a prior business prior to Plexus. So Jake Hoffman, Jake is my business coach at Plexus. And he kind of pointed out to me, he's like, you know, Melody, you've really been building this network for 10 years, not a year. And I thought, you know, you're right. And building a network does take some time. So, you know, I try to tell even my team, you've got to be patient because you've got to build relationships, and that does not happen overnight. You know, you have to allow people time to trust you, you know, and to understand who you are, because that's where it really happens. That's where the magic happens, is when people can build trust in you. But let me tell you my background. So born and raised in Burlington, Kentucky. I live on my parents' farm. I am married to my high school sweetheart. We just celebrated 25 years and did a little Elvis vow renewal out in Vegas. And that was a lot of fun. We have 2 kids. Our son is Sam is 21 and our daughter Abby is 18. Abby will actually turn 19 in September when we're in Maui. So that'll be a load of fun. Anyway, I graduated from Northern Kentucky University, which is our local college. I commuted. I did not stay on campus. I am a registered nurse. Graduated from college in 1990 and went on to work in long-term care, did home health, and then finally landed in the hospital and worked labor and delivery for 14 years. Back in 2007, I joined the YMCA. They did a Biggest Loser contest, and I'm a little bit competitive. So I joined that contest. I ended up winning that contest. And the funny thing was, they asked me to start teaching boot camp at the Y. I never taught fitness in my life. I had no idea, like, why do you want me to teach these classes? So the only fitness background I had was I had played basketball and softball, and, you know, I was a sports kid in high school. But so I taught myself how to teach boot camp. Back in the day, they had a TV show or a network called Fit TV on Direct TV or whatever. And I would watch that 24/7 and take notes and practice. And then I eventually taught myself how to teach boot camp. So I was at the YMCA for about a year and a half, and I was teaching like 8 classes a week, including a water boot camp. And they changed my schedule up and things did not go so well. And I ended up leaving there. Now, keep in mind, I was teaching at the YMCA. It was pretty much volunteer, right? And so I left there, and about 6 weeks later, a bunch of my friends from the Y begged me to start my own boot camp. I say, no way. I'm not a business owner. I had a couple YMCA certifications. I was not a certified, group fitness or personal trainer. So anyway, I ended up starting my own boot camp in my backyard, and it grew and it grew. We went from my backyard to a church, to a school, back to a church, and it really took off. So I say that, I preface that with I had two nieces that said to me, you have to get on Facebook and build your business. I hated Facebook. I loathed Facebook because at the hospital, I would catch nurses as a charge nurse. I would catch nurses on Facebook and not doing their job. And I'm like, why do you need it? I don't need to be on Facebook. My family is local. I went to school local. There is no one on there I need to connect with. And, they're like, you need to get on there and promote your business. So I opened my Facebook in 2009 to promote my boot camp. So what I did from day one, I opened up a Facebook, and I just went in and started friending. Friend. I just friended as many people as I could, right? To the point that one day my brother called me mad as could be. He's like, why did you friend so-and-so? I'm like, I don't know. Who is he? Well, it was his ex-wife's boyfriend. I'm like, I don't know who that is. No clue. He was so mad at me. I was like, I'm just friending people for my business. So anyway, my boot camp went on. We lasted about 8 years, and I closed it in April of 2017. So a little over 2 years ago, I ended up closing my boot camp. I needed to take care of my family, basically. And I, at that point, had been a very, prominent person on Facebook. My boot camp in this area was very popular. So it reached a lot of people. And then all of a sudden, I ghosted off of Facebook to take care of my family. I went into a very deep depression, had a lot of anxiety, was using Kroger Click List, if you're familiar with Click List. So I go pick up my groceries and come home, didn't want to see anybody, and literally lived on my couch for a year, to be honest. So Lauren Collinsworth is my sponsor, and I followed her for 2 years. Now, we still to this day do not know who friended who, because keep in mind, I would friend people randomly for my boot camp. Well, guess what? Lauren does the same thing, friends people randomly to build her network. And we watched each other, and I didn't know, but I was one of her dream teamers. So she had made me a favorite on her Facebook so that she could see my post, and then she would comment. She would go in there and throw some comments in there every so often. Well, besides Plexus, we had things in common. She's a nurse. I was a labor and delivery nurse. She's very into childbirth and breastfeeding. Now, keep in mind, she's about 17 years younger than me. I could be her mother. So, but we did have common interest. Her Plexus post, I scrolled on by. But when the time was right and she posted consistently, I made her my favorite on Facebook because I was looking for energy and I was looking for something for my mental health. So I made her a favorite. She was educating me. I never liked, never commented on any of her posts, but I watched her. And that's the thing that I tell people is, don't get discouraged if you're not getting a bunch of likes or a bunch of comments, because people are watching, whether you know it or not. And it's about timing. The other thing is, I will tell you, I could have chosen a couple of other people to sign up for Plexus. One being my neighbor that she's known me since birth. She mentioned it to me in passing, hardly ever posts on Facebook. Same with another friend, mentioned it to me, but never posted on Facebook. I chose Lauren because she posted consistently. I built a relationship with her just through her posts, never through communication. I trusted her based on her posts, and she was educating me. So I knew that when the time was right and I reached out to her, that I would get the support, I would get the information I needed. And like I said, I trusted her. And, you know, other people, I guess you could say, was kind of mad when I came out of the gate and was successful. Well, she was supposed to sign up with me. No, 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 no. People are going to sign up with who they're comfortable with. They're going to sign up with the person who is open for business. Okay. So I emphasize that to my team all the time. But I told Lauren from day one, I am a secret. I don't want anything to do with the business. This is about me, because I knew a lot of people. And during my boot camp years, I was very against supplementation because people always brought their stuff to me. They wanted to get in front of my people. And I protected that group, you know, because of that reason. There was always something, you know, always something. So we focused on clean eating and exercise, you know, things like that. Well, even in nursing school, and to this day, they do not teach gut health. They do not educate about gut health. So I was uneducated until I became interested in something that was personal to me. You know, I had done weight loss for all those years, so I didn't need information about weight loss, but Lauren was posting about Vital Biome. Vital Biome had just came out, you know, the year before, and that really intrigued me, and the fact that I needed energy. So I signed up. Now, keep in mind, the other thing that was interesting between her and I is she never messaged me. You know, she never messaged me. And we didn't know each other, but we knew each other. She actually grew up down the road from me. I knew her grandmother. Her grandmother was my secret pal at church. So we had these little connections that we didn't even know existed. So, you know, I really do believe it was a God thing. You know, my whole Plexus journey has been, you know, God answered my prayers, because when I closed my boot camp, I slipped into that dark hole. I prayed and prayed and prayed to restore my purpose. And never in my wildest dreams would I have thought Plexus would have been the answer to that prayer. So I signed up on June 1st. I took my first sip on June the 6th. And I told Lauren, I said, you know, if I don't like this, I'm not going to drink it, you know, but I loved it from day one. I tell everybody, I think it tastes like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. And I got to the point where I would lay it out every day, looking forward to the next day to drink my pink drink, because it got me off the couch. I have not taken a nap since June the 1st of 2018, or June the 6th of 2018. I could see a difference on day one. I could tell a difference on day one. So anyway, I secretly or privately shared with my niece and shared with my close friends. My niece ended up being my first ambassador. My second ambassador, I happened to see her comment on one of Lauren's posts, and I reached out to Lauren. I said, hey, I know her. And she said, okay, let's get her signed up with you. I'm like, okay. So that was my second ambassador. And then my husband ended up being my third ambassador. So I went silver before I ever shared. So, you know, that's possible. And then one of my really good business builders right now is my close friend that I walk with every day. I had shared with her, hey, Jennifer, I'm trying this Plexus thing. And she said, yeah, I did that. I only lasted a month. I was like, okay. So here we are about 2 months in, and she decides to sign up again, right? She's like, okay, I'm going to give it a try again. So I stuck her under my husband thinking she's going to quit again, right? So I don't want her as my level one. So I'll put her under my husband and I'll help him go silver. Well, she's gold now, and she just signed another person tonight. So people will surprise you. And that's what I tell my team now. Don't get discouraged and frustrated when people quit, because chances are they're going to come back around, because they're going to notice, like, are you still doing that? Are you still taking Plexus? Yeah, I am. So that's the fun part, is to see that my team is now becoming a little older, that they're starting to see people come back. So besides that, so I spent 6 weeks out of state. My daughter was living out of state at the time, and I spent 6 weeks with her, and I wasn't supposed to be there that long, but I kept getting this nudge. I needed to stay because she dealt with depression and anxiety since she was 13. She had been on Prozac, lots of therapy, lots of hospitalizations, and still, was no better. So I told my husband, I want to try her on these supplements, and she agreed. And I started her on Slim MA, X Factor Plus, and Vital Biome. And within a week, we had a totally different kid. So that right there is the reason I shared, because I thought, all right, if I don't share this, then I would be selfish, to not bring hope to so many people. It's not about me. It's about her. It's about all the people that suffer from mental illness or, mood disorders. And that's why I shared. So on July the 20th, I made a post that said, we've been using these supplements, blah, blah, blah. And I put a picture of Vital Biome, and I put a picture of Lauren. And I said, if you would like more information, contact Lauren. I didn't even say contact me. So in our group, they were doing an IPA challenge. So I started doing the challenges, right? And on this particular day, they wanted us to post our why. Well, I decided, so this was July 24th. It took me several hours that morning through a lot of tears, and I wrote out our testimony. And it's been shared hundreds of times at this point, but it was very raw, very genuine, and very transparent. And I attached a lot of pictures of me and her. And I feel like, again, I tell my team the same thing. You've got to open up. You've got to let people into your world to understand who you are, and that they understand that you're not just trying to sell them something, that you're truly sharing an opportunity with them. You're truly sharing what these products can do. And there is a difference. People can tell if you're just a salesperson. People can tell if you're genuine and you truly want to help people. So, you've got to put yourself out there, and that was something else Plexus has really done for me. I'm a people pleaser. I don't like people to be upset. I want everybody to be happy. And in my boot camp, I let people walk on me. I let people tell me what to do. And, it was not a good thing. So about 3 weeks into me sharing about Plexus, some of my former boot campers who happened to be former instructors, and I had a board, an advisory board, they chose, now these people I had not talked to since I closed my boot camp over a year before. They could have cared less what happened to me, honestly, which is sad. But about 3 weeks into sharing Plexus, they blocked me on Facebook and bashed me. And in fact, later I got a text message that said I owed the public an apology because I was always against supplementation, and now I was promoting supplements. Oh yeah. They could have cared less. They did not read my testimony. They could have cared less about my daughter. This wasn't about weight loss. This was about mental health. And it was all, it was bad. So just be aware that no matter where you are on your journey, you're going to get negativity. You're going to get people that are going to try to rain on your parade. And what I can tell you is, I tell people all the time, my block game is really good. You know, I do not tolerate negativity anymore. I do not tolerate people that, you know, are just mean. They're just rude. And I went in that day and I blocked 15 people. And I'll tell you what, that was the most freeing moment for me, because I felt like God had already sent me a message once, like, these are not your people. Okay. They don't care about you. Well, then he slammed the door. That's what I felt like. He's like, I'm going to tell you for the last time, you're done. These are not your people. So being able to block people and move on because of your testimony, because of your belief, because of being a product of the product, that's what you stand behind. And that's what I love about Plexus, is they are solid. And the other thing, sorry, somebody's calling. The other thing that I did right away was I started sending friend requests to Plexus people. I started building my Plexus network so that when I was posting, I could have people come in and comment and support me. And it was so great, because the one Plexus culture, I grabbed onto that very quickly, because people would message me and just say, you know, I loved your post today. Can I share your post today? And I thought, oh my gosh, is this real? Are these people real? Because in my boot camp, it was just me. You know, I didn't have all this support from all over the place. So, you know, the Plexus culture, the one Plexus culture really grabbed my attention very quickly. So anyway, by the end of July, I was blessed enough to sign 40 people. And then we went into August. We did I did my first 7-day trial. We had about 250 people in that trial. And the end of that week just so happened was the National Sip and See. And we were chosen, my house was chosen as one of the sites. So corporate streamed in and did some giveaways, and it was just a ton of fun. By the end of August, I had swept the Leaders Retreat contest. So this is what I say to people is build that network, okay? Just because I've only been with Plexus for a year, or I went Emerald in 6 months, it really was because the 8 years or the 10 years prior, I got on Facebook in 2009. So 9 years, I built a network over a 9-year period. So, and it really, the people on my team are not technically boot camp people. They're connections because of building that network over those years. A lot of these people never even came to my boot camp, but we became Facebook friends. They followed me for some reason. They accepted my friend request for some reason. So that's what I tell people too, is you want to bring energy to what you're doing, that people want to be a part of that, right? They want to be a part of that positive atmosphere. And I tell my team, because I started having team meetings, you know, from day one, when I got home from out of state. So I started having meetings every week. Even if one person showed up, that was one person. And then we continued to grow. So that face-to-face interaction is so very important. I do a lot of giveaways. I do a lot of contests. I do a lot of challenges. And I feel like that's how I've been able to grow business builders, is because, think about it, it's reality. Women are followers for the most part. Well, if she can do that, I can do that. You know, like, I can do that. Like, it's a comparison thing. So then it becomes a challenge, right? So anyway, that's what I tell them. Plexus is what brought us together, but we're empowering women. You know, we're providing a community that people want to be a part of. And that's what it's all about, is to build that atmosphere. You know, I'm 47, so a lot of our team is a little older, and we're talking about, empty nesters, teenagers, college age kids. It's a different feel versus my uplines who have all little children, so we have a different, I guess, category of potentials, more or less. So, you have to think about who your audience is, definitely. But that's what we do. I feel like we bring a very positive atmosphere that people want to be a part of, because people are searching for community. They are searching for community. So anyway, I share consistently. I am always open for business. And if anybody's on my Facebook, they know I used to be the crazy boot camp lady. Now I'm the crazy plexus lady. So, I'm very open about that. If I say very often, feel free to unfriend me and block me, because I need room. Honestly, don't stalk me, just move on. So anyway, I've done that several times. So my tip would be, get to 5,000 as fast as you can. Just friend. Every single day I tell my team, send friend request. Keep it going, because think about it. You send the request, they have to accept it, right? They don't have to accept your friend request. So then what I tell them is that gives them an opportunity to look and see what you're about, right? And then they can start building a relationship with you. And guess what? If they don't like what they see, they unfriend you. You probably won't even know it. But chances are you might come across that dream teamer that you would never imagine who accepted your friend request. And that friend Jennifer I told you about that quit and then came back, she found her dream teamer already through a random friend request. And this lady is a realtor and accepted her friend request, took a look to see, oh, she does plexus. What's that? I think I'm interested in that. And now she's her business builder. And they met through a random friend request. So build your network. You can add and you can take away. And I tell people openly, my Facebook is for business. My Facebook is public. It is, there's nothing that I post that I don't care who sees it, so keep that in mind, that my Facebook is for business. Okay. Bottom line. Now, do I post family things on there? Sure, I do. I want people to know who I am and what my hobbies are, what I like to do, because again, that builds a relationship. But if you scroll through my Facebook, you're going to see a lot of plexus. And I'm okay with that. So a lot of plexus people might disagree with me, because some people say, well, you should only post once a day, or you should only post, when I want to post something, I post something. I have this squirrel mentality. Like I said, if you want to pay to get in here, be my guest. But that's how I operate. When I get an idea, I go with it. If it works out, great. If it doesn't work out, oh well. But decide, I'm an all or none person. So when I make a decision, I go all in, so that's kind of, where you need to be, is decide, what do you want out of this business and how fast do you want to potentially grow your business? I was listening to Abby Kappa's podcast today. So if you've not listened to Abby's podcast, I would definitely look and listen. She just started it. So it's only about 5 or 6 episodes long. They're about 15 minutes a piece. And she does a really good job talking about how to build your business and not compare yourself to other people. And she's the youngest diamond. Keep that in mind. She was 22 and she hit diamond. And she's got a great, great, great story. So anyway, those are my tips. make sure that you're posting consistently, expand your network, just friend request people every single day. I went in today, my messenger is my IPA. People ask me all the time, what do I do for IPA? And I use my messenger, and you can use messenger a lot of different ways. For instance, did you know you can go into messenger up into your search bar and search like your website. So put in your website, and then you can see who you've sent your website to in the past. It'll bring all those people up. You can go in there and search keywords like Metaburn. You know, back in December when Metaburn came out, a lot of people had a lot of questions, right? So I go in and I search Metaburn. Well, it pops up all those people that I had sent information about Metaburn. So today I went into my messenger and scrolled all the way back to February. Okay. So when there's a product launch, or I've got an event coming up, or I'm running a special, that's what I do is I scroll back. And today it was February. Some of these people I have not been in contact with since February. And I made a post basically and copy and pasted it to over 300 people. And it simply said, hey, I'm having a sip and see this Friday and Saturday, featuring the new Active. If you would like to come, let me know. I did not tell them what time, and I did not tell them where, because you want them to interact with you. So when you message people, short and sweet, you give them an idea of like, what's this about? Don't give them too much information. You want them to interact with you. So that message, like I said, that went out to all of my potentials from February. So, that was how many months ago? May, April, March. That was 4 or 5 months ago. So I don't bug people. I follow up with them every few months. So it just depends. If I've got a potential that keeps asking questions, then I'll follow up with them more, often. But if I'm doing something like this, I go all the way back. And, I had people say, well, can I bring a friend? Sure you can, because people are waiting for you to contact them. Don't always think that they're going to contact you first, because people like a personal touch, and a simple message inviting them to an event can be very personal, because they feel special. Like, oh my gosh, she's inviting me. Because honestly, like I said before, people are looking for community. And, people that are sitting at home with depression and anxiety and some of those things, they want somebody to ask them to come and do something with them. So that's how I work my business. And, get into some groups, things that you like. I just happened to start my Fitness on the Farm group, which was a spinoff of my boot camp. And it's going great. It's going great. We do not talk about Plexus in there. And I tell, we're straight up front. We're not here to sell. I'm not going to we're not going to talk anything about Plexus. You can talk to me about that somewhere else. But it's getting people engaged, reconnected, and then who knows? They might ask me about Plexus at some point, just through that connection. So just keep doing, post consistently, be genuine, bring energy, that people want to be around, and you'll grow. You'll grow. I promise you. I'm nobody special. I will tell you that straight up. I am nobody special. When I started my boot camp, I thought, where are all these people coming from, and why are they coming? What's there about me? But yeah, be unique.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Good stuff. Wow. I'm so impressed, but I love it. I love your energy. I know why people came to the boot camp. People want to be around people who are, loving life, right? That's what we got to do, is love life. I love it. Any tips for like month-end goals or like, you know, big pushes when you've gone for rank ups and stuff like that? Any, like, it says less than a minute, so it'd be like any really short closing thoughts.
Okay, so we're going to be pushing for Diamond next month. So what I have, and I just jot things down, is this is my list of people with some PV. So we're going to be reaching out to these people, maybe have them double up their order next month, or, you know, something like that. I have over 100 people with some PV. So, you know, we can offer them, I don't know, you know, $5 off or return, you know, give them some shipping. Oh yeah, we'll play around with that. I use a lot of incentive codes. If they truly don't feel like they need anything, and then I'll order a trial pack. You know, if they're at 97 PV, no way am I going to give away 5 points on a 97 PV. I'll give, you know, I'll go in there and order a trial pack, or, you know, something to get those points. So, but we use quite a few incentive codes. I do quite a few giveaways, you know, things like that. But like this month, it's not a push month. So right now we're educating, we're growing, we're sending information about active. We're really pumping up active. And then next month, you know, we'll be sending out those messages left and right to get those points. Oh yeah. But
will we?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Awesome. Well, I want to be able to thank you. So thank you for coming tonight. This was fabulous.
You're welcome.
For the rest of our team to be able to hear your passion for this, and I just love it. So thank you.
Good. Well, I hope it helps, and good luck.
Thank you.
Rank up.